Alrighty. Hello, everybody. It is C. Ben, and welcome to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus definite ranking of the bosses. This is the only ranking you need to watch because it's the only ranking that matters because I said so, and I have fought and come toe to toe and prevailed against all these bosses, so I know how hard they are. I've changed up the ranking system from S, A, B, C, D, F, whatever, into my own little you know, description of each boss. So you got effortless clap. This is your easy bosses. This is the bosses that you just destroy, right? You've memorized their attack patterns. You could have like soy milk with like terrible damage. I mean, your damage is already terrible with soy milk, but like, just regardless of what you have, you're going to beat this boss without taking any hits. Then you have easy, which is, I mean, you'll most likely not take any hits, but hey, occasionally sometimes they can get you. And fairly easy, really depends on your items. Might get hit once or twice if you have bad items. If you have good items, you probably won't get hit. Difficult, self-explanatory. They're difficult bosses regardless. Will most likely get hit. I'm actually going to change this. Most likely hit a few times. Difficult, you'll probably get hit once or twice. This might do a harder 2 of damage in this category. And then there's Hell. There's not going to be too many bosses in Hell. Probably 3 that I can think of, and that's just bosses that I see them and my day becomes worse just as a result. So let's get started. Big Horn. Big Horn. I'm gonna put him here. Fairly easy, depending on the items. I mean, him and himself isn't bad. I just hate when he throws bombs at you that sometimes are on fire and his hands start fucking flying around. Blast Assist is easy. He's easy. Blighted Ovum. Blighted Ovum is fairly easy. You just gotta watch out for the ghost dude. His brimstone laser that he shoots. You gotta watch out for that. But other than that, he's just like your like Steven and like Gemini dude, whatever his name is. I think it's just Gemini. Blue Baby. Blue Baby is a fairly easy boss. I mean, he just kind of sits there. It's just really about the only things that sometimes get you is his little homing projectiles. But other than that, it's not too bad. Brownie, I don't like Brownie. He is not. I'm not a fan of him. I don't like him. Because when he bounces, he shoots out like a bullet hell of corn, and then a bullet hell of little dipling turd things, and it just swarms you. And he's really big, which I don't like. And he's slippery, and then he turns into Dangle, which is like 2 bosses in one, and I don't like him. I usually get hit when I do him. This is the something queen. I have a list up here. The Carrion Queen. Okay. The Carrion Queen is kind of rare. You don't get her that much. She's fairly easy depending on the items. I mean, you can only hit her from the back. That sounded sexual, but you can only hit her from the back, similar to the Mask of Infamy. I mean, it depends on your items. If you have like any piercing shots or anything, it makes it a lot easier. Chad, like, I mean, Chad's very easy. He's an effortless clap. I eat Chads for breakfast. Chub is probably easy. He just spawns the ads and stuff. The little guys that go like go and they just shoot forward to you. Those little worm things. Hate those. He's easy though. I kind of want to see. Do I want to rank the difficulty of these guys? I'd probably rank them like that. Would probably be my difficulty ranking of if like this is the Carrion Queen is the least difficult in this group, and Blue Baby's the most difficult. Now we have Conquest. He's fairly easy depending on the items. I just don't like when he rushes across a screen and spawns like 10 of him. You have to do a little strafing, a little dodging. Other than that, it's fine. There's a shit ton of spider bosses. This one is Daddy Longlegs. Daddy Longlegs is easy. He's not a hard boss. Dangle. He's easy too. He'll just sometimes might clip you when he's like shooting fast. You know what I mean? When he like shooting fast, as in like speeding towards you like a 70-mile-per-hour semi truck. Um, that's the only time he might clip you. And this is the okay. No, this is the adversary though. This dude, no, is he? There's the adversary, and then the there's two of them that are like the same. Adversary and why can't I find? I forget its name. Dark One. Dark One. Dark One is difficult in my opinion. I don't know why the Dark One and the Adversary are difficult to me. I don't know why, they just are. A lot of these like hell themed bosses are just difficult, and I don't know why. Oh, Conquest is probably right there in difficulty ranking. Death is fairly easy. I'll put him here because his little sickles sometimes throw you off if you're not paying attention. Delirium is hell. He has the damage scaling armor, and he just is glitchy. He spawns on top of you. I usually walk into a Delirium fight with a full rack of HP, and really no matter my items, I'll lose about 5 or 6 hearts. I'm also just bad at dodging, but Delirium's hell, and there's no denying that. If he was more stable, he would probably be up with Brownie up there. Dingle is a little easier than Dangle, but still easy. Famine, I clap famine every time. I'm eating well. One could say I am not having famine because I memorized his attack patterns, because a lot of the first floor bosses are easier. Honestly, he's not easier than Chad because sometimes when he rushes across the screen, but as soon as you get him in his second stage, he'll be like, when he shoots the 3, and it's easy. Teratoma, no, Fistula. Teratoma's this guy. Fistula is easy. You just gotta be wary of the stuff, but he's definitely the hardest out of all them. He's just annoying. He's easy but annoying. Gemini is easy, probably easier than Chubb. No, he's probably the easiest on this list. Yeah, probably easy. Chubb's easier than Blastocyst. So are you. I'll put you there. Yeah, this little baby, he goes into rage mode and just kind of strafes you. Like he kind of becomes a pro at the whole, like, he'll get to you. It's like the ultimate game of tag. He's easy. Wait, I mixed this up. He's easier. He's harder than Chubb, harder than Blastocyst, harder than Daddy Longlegs. Daddy Longlegs is easier than Blastocyst. Okay, there we go. Easy as Chubb. This bitch, I forget his name. He's the hardest. Gish. Gish is the easiest out of those 3. I mean, when he jumps down, he doesn't shoot any projectiles. He just makes like a blob that makes you go slow of creep. And he'll occasionally spawn those black little Gishes, but they don't even shoot towards you. They shoot diagonally, so they're really easy. Gertie Jr. is difficult because he just moves so fast. And every time I fight them, it's the champion blue Gertie Juniors, where there's 2 of them, and it's just not fun. Regular Gertie is an effortless clap. I'd say easier. Let's say here, it's a very easy boss. Very stationary, which I like. Gurglings are easier, and Gurglings are here. No, Gurglings are harder than them. Hush, you'll get hit a few times. He's harder than Brownie. It's just bullet hell. Like Delirium, he has bullet hell, scaling armor, not as glitchy as he's not glitchy, but he just has so many bullets. You really have to focus on dodging, and sometimes that gets in the way of your firing. Isaac is easier than Blue Baby, but virtually the same boss. It Lives is difficult. because of honestly, I hate these hard bosses because of the eyeballs they spawn when they walk in and shoot the lasers. It's like and they spawn mobs here and there. The actual boss itself isn't that bad, but it spawns things. It's just not a good scene. But I would say it's probably the hardest one out of these three. Yeah. Larry Jr. is easy. Most people would be like effortless clap, but sometimes he'd be tricking me. He like turns around his poop and he poops, which is not fun for me. I would say he's easier. I would, I'd, I'd put him there. Lil Horn. I clap Lil Horn 7 days a week. He's probably the hardest out of those bosses, but it's just easy for me. Loki with two eyes, the split Loki. He's always on like the womb and stuff, so he always does a full heart of damage if he does hit you, which kind of sucks. He's a little hard because there's two of them, but he's easy, and he is. I think he's easier than Larry Jr. And this Loki's just an easy clap. I'll put him here. Mama Gertie is easy as well. Mama Gertie is very easy. Probably easier than the poops. Nah, her spikes where she goes and there's like spikes that come up, they're pretty hard. Yeah, she's right there. Mask of Infamy is difficult. You really need piercing shots, and he's probably in here. Mega Fatty is fairly easy. Really depends on your items. That's just I hate the quick jump that Mega Fatty does. That sometimes catches you off guard. So I'm gonna put Mega Fatty here. Maw. What's its name? Mega Maw. Mega Maw is fairly easy depending on my items. The fires can get kind of tricky. It's like a little puzzle. Harder than Blight. Oh, easier than yeah. Mega Stan is difficult, just plain difficult. Probably the most difficult out of all of them there. But it's just not him. It's more so the things he spawns all at once, like the little mini bosses. If Mom's Heart, if It Lives is difficult, this one is fairly easy. Right there. Mom herself. Sorry, didn't mean to misgender Mama. It's only a little hard because of the mobs that she spawns, and I'm gonna put her here. Yeah, Monster is so easy. I've memorized that thing. Easy clap. Monster 2 is easy. I would say Monster 2 is probably right there. Mr. Fred is fairly easy depending on the items. I want to give Mr. Fred right there. Peep, actually I low-key think Peep's kind of difficult. This might be an unpopular opinion, but when he shoots those green little booger balls or whatever and his eyes start popping out, he gets difficult. So I'm going to put him, he's easier than the Mask of Infamy, but probably harder than Gertie Jr. Pestilence. Sometimes he traps you with his little green creep. He's easy, but probably right here. Pin. Easier than Monstro. Easiest boss in the game, actually. Polycephalus is he's a clap. Polycephalus, who more like my breakfast. He is harder than Chad, harder than Loki, harder than. Sometimes he spawns up on you, but so he's probably the hardest out of Effortless Clap. Ragman is easy, but yeah, no, he's easy. He's there. Ragmega is easy, but just a little harder than him. Satan is nah, he's kind of difficult, but he's pretty easy for the difficulty category. I'm gonna put him here. No, I'm gonna put him here. Skolex is easy. Earth and the Gurglings. Yeah, Scolex is probably like right here. Sister Vis. Sister Vis is fairly easy, depending on your items. I think Sister Vis is easier than Mom. Steven is easy. Yeah, right there. Terthoma is fairly easy. The spiders are annoying. More annoying than those little charging worm things. But you're still... Why are you even in this group? Get out. I don't... Now that I'm thinking about it, you're... You actually know you're fairly easy depending on items. And you... will go there. I hate the adversary. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my... Bloat. Well, no. Fuck out of here. You're not bloat. I mean, easier than Delirium, but the second hardest boss in the game. I hate the bloat with the passion. This boss needs to get nerfed or something. And the cage is almost right there with them. The cage is pretty dang hard. Cage is harder than adversary. Duke of Flies, absolute clap fest. Those three, Monstro, Pin, and Duke of Flies are the easiest boss to beat. The Fallen's kind of difficult, not even gonna lie, because it splits into two. I would say it's probably in here. Forsaken is an easy boss. Forsaken is there. The Frail. The Frail's kind of easy, kind of hard. The Frail, though, where would I put the Frail? Frail, Bale, Mail, Tail, Clail, Jail. Bop! Right there. The Cage. I think that's your name. I fight you virtually never. So you and I, we were unfamiliar with each other, but I think you're kind of difficult. But I think you're the easiest one of the difficults. The Haunt is an easy boss, but the hardest of the easy bosses. Because I actually don't like the little ghosts, the actual boss itself, but the little ghosts will strafe the heck out of you. Headless Horseman, you're easy as well, and you're probably up easier than Larry. No, you're kind of hard. Your horse broom be catching me off guard sometimes. Definitely harder than Pestilence is easier than you guys. You're here. Welcome. The Hollow is an easy boss, harder than Larry Jr. Husk. Husk is easy, but right there. The Lamb is, you'll probably get hit a few times doing the Lamb. Lamb's kind of hard. Harder than Adversary, but yeah, harder than the Cage actually too. Matriarch. A lot of people would say and like put him there, but like I don't think Matriarch's terrible. But you'll definitely still get hit a few times. I'm gonna put Matriarch here as harder than the Cage, but easier than the Lamb. The Stain I used to think was very hard, but I've memorized its bullet patterns. It's fairly easy depending on your items. It's harder than no. Easier than here. Go right there, Stain. Trachnid is an easy boss. Trachnid is easier than Wamagurdi, easier than you, harder than Skolex. The Turdlings, oh my god, it's shooting turd and flying up in the air. It's like a rocket propulsion. Turdlings are like the Gurglings, but harder. Gurglings are low-key kind of hard for me. You're hell. I don't do greed mode that much, but I know you're hell because you have hell armor scaling, and you will hit me a few times. But I think you're here. War is an easy boss. War is easy. Here. Widow. Widow is easy, but sometimes she'll hit me because her jumps will throw me off guard, and I think she's here. Now this one, I need to look up its name. Because I don't face it that much. It's another The Wretched. The Wretched. I don't face the Wretched that much, but it's easy. It's like right after its counterpart. So there you have it. The definitive rank of the bosses that I think are difficult. A lot of them are easy. You have some effortless claps. I mean, just honestly, I hate the blow. That's all I gotta say. I mean, obviously your big baddie bosses like Hush, Delirium, Mega Greeter, whatever, they're all gonna be like the Lamb. They're all gonna be hard. They're supposed to. The bloat, just a standard boss, is just so hard. I hate it. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I don't know when I'll ever make a video again. Goodbye.